Hello, and welcome to this special RPG Rundown actual play. We're going to be playing Tales of the Valiant, and we are excited to test this out in the AlchemyRPG virtual tabletop. So I'm going to go now to that so that you can see the VTT and the rest of the party. So let's change over to that. All right. So here you have the AlchemyRPG virtual tabletop. You are seeing the player list on the right. You're seeing one of the amazing, beautiful images from the Tales of the Valiant books here, and some really cool effects that AlchemyRPG has. And hopefully you can hear a little bit of music from that as well. And then also we have all of our actions and things on the left. So now I'm going to go ahead and bring in our players, because it does have voice and video. So here we are. We have myself, White Fox, also known as Seth. I'm your DM for this evening. We have, going from my view of things, we have Emperor underneath us, who is well, we'll get to characters in a second. I was about to say everything. We're going to do that in a second. Then we have...
Come on, Seth. Tell him his character's name.
I know. Nope. Well, I can tell you his character's name. But not yet. So,
okay.
But I'll say it first. So don't try to say it. Okay.
All right.
Then we have Jeff, also known as Dr. Heels, my co-host on the RPG Rundown, and fellow TTRPG aficionado. And then we have Tad Hall joining us as well. And so we are excited to get to this. So this is going to be a little bit of a test, both of the AlchemyRPG system, as none of us have, a few of us have messed around with it a little bit, but we haven't done it with the Tales of the Valiant. And so I am using the Tales of the Valiant modules for the Player's Guide and the Monster Vault. And then we are actually going to run through the Caverns of the Spore Lord introductory adventure today. So we're going to get to that.
I heard he's a fun guy.
He is. He is a fun guy. Thank you, Tad. I appreciate that. It had to be made. But yes, we are excited to be getting into this tonight. And real quick, we're going to go through and introduce characters and talk about them. And Emperor. So, I know you think you're being clever with your name, but I know how to say it. So, it is Raylikov, or Raylikov, if you will, because I heard you say it earlier, so joke's on you.
That's cheating.
Hey, I put on the headphones and you were talking about it, so.
Yeah, that's fair. We were talking about it.
But he's trying to be all tricky with an R apostrophe at the beginning of his name. So, But tell us about your character.
Rahelkov is just a sorcerer that was, I should say, a Sidarian sorcerer that was born in an alternate plane that eventually was destroyed, and just wanders around here after being finished being raised by mortal humans.
Awesome. And if you don't know, the lineage or race that he chose, Sidarian, is a kind of akin to a celestial, or a, like in 5e terms, I feel like that would be like an ASMR, a little bit. It is Kobold Press who created Tales of the Valiant, which is a 5e rule set from Kobold Press. But Tales of the Valiant, it's kind of their version. It's a little bit different. I do like it. I think it's pretty cool.
It's an intriguing race.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's awesome. All right. And you are playing a sorcerer, you said?
Yes.
Perfect. All right, Jeff, introduce us to your character, please.
So I will be playing Kai Tidemane. He is a Beastkin rogue. Beastkin is really interesting because it can be pretty much any animal in a humanoid form. And so he is an otter in humanoid form. He stands about 3 foot tall with really nice leather armor that's very sleek and form-fitting. He moves through the water as easily as he moves across land. He comes from a little bit darker background as he was used to impersonate a injured otter, and when he was taken into homes, he would steal. And so he comes from a criminal past, but he befriended a family he was supposed to steal from, and is now out trying to make the world a little bit better place.
Awesome. And Jeff, when you came back in,
I think you're muted, Seth.
Jeff, when you came back in, I don't know if you're on the right account. You don't have a character tied to your guy.
You're not? Interesting. Oh yeah, see my name there.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe get back out and come back in if you can.
All right.
Dr. Heels was a pretty good character too.
It's a really cool character.
This is a very cool
coolest.
character.
All right, I will exit. I will be right back.
Awesome. Well, while he's doing that, Tad Hall, please introduce us to your character.
I'm Varun. I'm just a simple tinkerer, and if you tinker with my buddies, I'll make sure you don't get through.
Nice. Almost had a slip there. That was...
Yeah, tinkle.
Yeah. Hey, you know, you shouldn't be doing that publicly
That
either.
too.
So.
No.
English is
awesome.
hard.
English is hard, even for
there
humans.
we go. Now,
I have
Dr.
a
Heels is
character,
in
right?
with his character, yes.
Yeah.
Which is perfect
so...
because I was going to show said characters on the screen. Let's see
nice.
if I can. There we go. I can, as a viewer, which I have pulled up, I can click on it and show Kai Tidemane, the Beastkin rogue, which is awesome. I can show Faerun, or at least Faerun must be pretty tall because we can only see from his nose down.
Oh, really? Oh,
Very
man.
true.
Okay.
But he looks impressive. And then,
I feel impressive.
Raylikov, we can also only see from about the nose down. But,
Really?
you know, as far as I can tell, it's just a dark hood. You can't really see anybody. So, But yes, level 1, Siderian Sorcerer. Yes, very cool feature. So, we are going to get started here with our adventure. So,
Before we
first
dive in,
though,
hear me?
yes, go ahead.
Perfect. That's all I wanted to see.
What did you want to see?
Oh, I just wanted to see if you guys could hear me because my mic wasn't working when I first came in.
Oh, yes, we can absolutely hear you. So,
Okay. Carry on.
Awesome. Okay, well, let's get into it, shall we? We are going to move to our adventure scene and get started.
Cool.
All right.
So, should have a change in music here as well. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
That was cool.
Right?
That's very nice. Love the graphic.
I know. It's fantastic. Congratulations and props to Kobold Press for this really cool introductory adventure.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, I just pressed the tactical mode as well.
yeah, don't look at that yet.
Oh, okay, sorry.
He made me do it.
Click away. Click away. Yeah, I don't
I saw
necessarily
nothing.
know how how I can limit players from doing that yet, but
Mhm.
we'll get there eventually.
Right.
Okay, so again, excellent artwork from Tales of the Valiant adventure book. It is Caverns of the Spore Lord. This is an introductory adventure for levels 1 through 3. And we are just going to play a snippet of it, if you will. So,
Mhm.
so I am going to start us off with a brief description here. Okay, let's see. Let me get to it. Mm. Let me get to where it is. Still getting used to some of this.
Technical
Okay.
difficulties.
So, you all are a group of travelers, adventurers, who have been making your way into a town. The town is named Hulgig, 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 and you've heard of some strange things going on in the town of Hulgig, and so you've been heading that direction. Let's see. You're currently traveling through the forest on your way there. First of all, who is leading this march through the woods?
It is very likely that Kai is going to allow our larger party member to lead the charge, as he stays kind of not really in the back, but just keeping his head on a swivel, uh, watching everything. He's probably, he's a little guy, so he's running in and out of the woods, and if he sees water, he is in the water.
I don't really notice that I'm in the front because I just walk and I'm not very perceptive. So, but I usually tend to be in the front, being broader and larger stature.
Awesome.
I lurk in the rear.
With my donkey by my side.
All right. So, do you have a donkey?
I had 10 gold and a donkey's only 8 gold, so
All
it won't
right.
let me add it to my backpack.
But you're leading a donkey. Okay, good to know. Good to know.
This is a donkey. Then
Um,
at given moments when everything seems peaceful, I'm probably trying to ride the donkey.
fair enough. Fair enough. All right. What's the donkey's name?
Chad.
Chad the donkey. Perfect. I love it. All right. So, you are traveling through the woods, heading in the direction of this town that you've heard of these strange goings on. Let's see. Let's see where this journey takes you. So after a short journey, you do come across the small hamlet of Hulgig. As you are approaching the town, somebody give me a perception check.
Okay. I would be looking around.
Okay. So Kai looks around and begins kind of searching the buildings of the village. And what you spy. So, an eerie silence and empty streets seem to greet you. Beady-eyed crows roost on the eaves of colorful houses. The bright paint on the houses of this hamlet seem dull in the shadows of the low, nameless mountain that looms behind it. You realize there's very little sound. No laughter or mirth or talking. At least, not that you can hear. The only signs of life are the caws of the crows and the patches of mushrooms growing on the eaves of every door. So, as you approach, hold on 1 second. Let me find something.
Kind of as we're kind of walking, I'm bouncing around. I'm kind of like, this place feels off. Is this? And I look up at Rahelkov, who I don't even try to say his name anymore. But Ray, is this where you're from? Is this the land of your people?
No, it is not.
And the whole. Go ahead.
It's like we stepped into a void.
I think you're about right there, Ray.
I see. And almost immediately, Kai is going to probably the first house or building there is going to dart over to a window and try to climb up and look through the window, see what he sees.
Okay. Sorry. One second.
You're good.
Make sure I have the right thing here. I thought I had this already. Okay. Goodness gracious. Well, like I said, apologies. I thought I had this pulled up.
Faerun looks over at Kai. Is that a shop I can sell some of my trinkets?
Perhaps that over there. If it's like the rest of the town, there's no one there. Which, if there's no one there, then it's not really stealing if I just take a few things for myself, right?
As long as it's not from my donkey.
No, Chad. I'd never steal it from Chad. By the way, Kai is still somewhat convinced that Chad is also a beastskin, and he's just pretending to be a regular donkey.
Perfect.
And Kai's like, Chad? I never saw you there, Chad. And at this point, he's gonna kind of like run up and do like a little backflip off your shoulder and try and like land on Chad and just sit there.
That's a good donkey.
It's good, donkey, right, Chad? Chad.
Yeehaw.
Telling you, he can talk. He can talk. He's just a real good actor. He is. All right.
You big beastkin are pretty funny, aren't you?
Yeah. What's that supposed to mean? I like to think I'm pretty funny.
I think you got a screw loose. I could tighten that for you.
No, thank you. I've seen your inventions. I'm okay.
I pull out a gigantic sharpened wrench with 2 hands.
Yeah.
one twerk. That's all it'll take.
Kai immediately like sees you pull that out and knows that you've made this offer a time or two. He like backflips off of Chad on the other side. No, thank you. And he like scampers over to another house, just peeking in windows and stuff, trying to see what he could see.
You know, I don't know why you're so afraid. It just another thing to mess around with.
All right. So,
Everyone is mechanical.
I guess
This
you're
is
right.
true.
so you see, as you approach, several creatures emerge from behind as you begin to inspect one of these houses. And
hello.
immediately, they attack you. So, let's have some initiative, shall we?
Let's have some. Oh, that is one action I did not
Just-
add.
I think I
okay.
figured out what it was that I was doing wrong. Yep, there it is.
I can't find initiative.
Indeed.
Okay, so just a dex
That's
dex
okay.
check.
I can,
Yeah, let's do a dex check.
so actually I can turn on initiative, so give me 1 second.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Okay. Can I keep my roll?
No. Just kidding.
Oh. Brutal, bro.
Wow.
I should have seen that one coming.
Yeah.
Oh man.
As soon as they come out, Kai's like, he's like, oh, hello. Oh, not friendly, not friendly. And he starts backing back up toward Chad.
Why? Oh, hold on.
Oh,
there we go.
He's friendly.
Not everyone, but most. It's better to assume they're friendly than not.
Okay. So what you see
You're
are
too
the
optimistic sometimes.
humanoids that are covered in, fungus and fungi looking growths all over them. They are, like I said, humanoid. They look, they kind of have blank faces, and they are immediately just coming after you, kind of in a crazed state. So we're going to go to tactical mode for a second.
Right.
But we're not really going to put tokens on just at the moment. So, however, I am going to do this because these are the 2 creatures that have showed up. There we go. Switching over to tactical mode and
Nice.
starting initiative is what changed the music here.
Why do I hear boss music?
Yeah,
Yeah.
not quite
yeah.
boss music, but so yes. Now
First time.
it looks like Faerun actually gets to go first. So, oh, hold on, it's doing
Really?
initiative things.
Yeah, I was just saying, I clicked roll initiative. But
Okay, no, if
yeah,
you now if you click roll initiative, it looks like you're all
Okay.
in there. So,
Okay, where does it show up?
so I have right now. If you click on encounter at the top,
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
there's party and
okay,
encounter.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, nice.
Yep. So actually, Raylikov is up first. What would you like to do?
How close am I to these creatures exactly?
We'll say you're within range of everything. You're not in like, you know, you're not in like immediate engaged range where you could like reach out and touch them, but you're within probably, we'll say 15, 20 feet as they basically come around a house and are charging all of you.
Okay. Well, I'm going to make this black orb of mist appear around both my hands, and out of the mist comes a firebolt.
Ooh, very nice. Give us a roll for your firebolt. All right, so you rolled a 19. That definitely hits. Which one are you aiming for? One or two?
What?
One?
Whichever one's closest.
Okay, sounds good. Let's see. Let me make sure that I'm. Let me make sure that I'm doing this correctly here. Okay. So you hit. Definitely hit. Let's see. You did 5 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Okay. I think I did it there. Maybe. Yes, indeed. So the first one, this number 1 takes 5 points of damage. Anything else? What else do you do next?
I move to get behind Farron, and that'll end my turn.
Okay, sounds good. Faerun, you're up next. I think, see if you can... Hold on real quick. Raylikov, can you hit, like, next on your turn, or let's see.
Maybe intern or something.
Intern, maybe? Oh, here we go. I got it. Next turn.
I don't have a button for that.
Nope, you're
Nice.
good. I have a button that says next turn. So, Faerun, it is your turn.
Awesome. I'm going to make sure. So the first question: can I ready an action, and can I move and then ready an action?
Yeah, so you want to have something prepared, essentially, for if...
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
Okay.
Where are you moving? We're kind of doing theater of the mind at the moment.
Yes. So I'm going to make sure that I'm 10 feet away from my party members, in
Okay.
between me, the party members, and the mushroom guys, the fun guys.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I'm gonna hold a attack action.
Okay. What are you holding it for? Like when they get close to you, or?
Yes. So, if they come, I'm waiting for them to either move into my threat range or try to move past me.
Okay.
Or do I have to be more specific than that?
No. We're playing this out, like I said. So, Perfect. You're ready. You have readied your attack action. What is your weapon?
Halberd. So I have
Okay.
a 10-foot reach.
Perfect. So you actually have a wide coverage here, which is awesome.
Yes. Yeah,
Uh,
that's why I'm the wall.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh, and Vanguard, if they move while I have a readied action and they move through the readied action, they are stopped immediately.
Okay, awesome. So Vanguard, that
Yes.
sounds very much like another
Sentinel.
defensive, yes, Sentinel kind of move. So that's
Mhm.
awesome. So you've
Yeah.
got that.
So the three things that I'm able to do with Vanguard is I'm allowed to um, stop them in their tracks. So whenever
Okay.
creature within reach makes a melee attack against a target other than you, I may use a reaction to make a weapon attack against them. I can
Awesome.
make a opportunity attack against a creature that leaves my reach. And then if I ready an action, I get to gain a bonus to my attack and damage rolls equal to my PB, and they stop in their tracks.
Awesome. Very cool. Okay. So yeah, you ready your action. You're set and ready in a defensive posture. Perfect. So now we will move on to Kai.
So, having adventuring with our friends for a little while now, Kai knows not to run in immediately, but I'm going to stay within about 25 feet of Faerun. And so I'm going to scamper back as I see them coming. I'm like, oh no, don't worry, Chad, I'll protect you. And I'll run back and hop on Chad's back. And I'm going to pull out my short bow and I'm just going to knock an arrow and fire one directly, probably at the closest one to Faerun,
Okay.
which.
Perfect.
How far away is it?
Closest one will be number 1. We'll say you're within, like I said, within 30 for sure.
Okay. How close are they to Faerun?
They are not to him yet. So they
Okay.
basically just ran around a corner and started running towards you. So no one is engaged just yet. You don't.
Okay.
So you're not. I know why you're asking. As a rogue, you don't
Yeah.
have surprise attack yet. So
Okay, no worries.
next
All
turn.
right, so
you
yeah, so
probably will.
I'm just on Chad's back at this point, and I'm firing a shot directly over Faerun here to hit one of those guys, as I know what he's doing. So I'm just staying within 25 feet of him, though.
Perfect. Go for it.
He
Oh.
sees the hairs on
All
the
right.
Quit
room.
moving. And
So
you need to train that donkey
unfortunately,
better, man.
the arrow flies just over the shoulder of the first incoming creature. But what I think that does do for you is it gives you a luck point.
It does give me a luck point.
So if
Very
you are
true.
new to Tales of the Valiant, which again we explained is a 5e system, but rather than it was created by Kobold Press instead of Wizard of the Coast, and so it has a few differences. One of those differences is luck points. So when a player fails a roll, they get a luck point. When they get up to, they can then choose to spend one of those luck points at any time before they make another roll, and it will add a +1 or more if you have more than one luck point to that roll. However, they do have to choose beforehand, and you can only have up to 5 luck points. After you have, if you go over, if you miss or fail rolls 5 times in a row and you go over the 5 luck points, then what happens is it's kind of a bust, and so you have to roll a d4 and see how many luck points are remaining after that. So the point of that is it isn't to encourage you to spend your luck points. So there are trackers on your character sheets. I would highly encourage you to set, instead of XP, maybe set one of those to luck points or create a new one altogether. So
That's exactly what I've done.
beautiful.
Having the tracker bar showing up as yellow, it kind of reminds you to use them too.
Beautiful. Let's see. I think on my main camera here, you can't see it, but on my GM, I can definitely see it. So, very cool. Okay. So, you know what? Here's how I can do it. I am going to go ahead and do tactical mode on the camera here. We're going to zoom in a little bit. And I am going to, let's see, not from that one. I'm going to place some tokens here, just so that we have visual confirmation. Okay. So, unfortunately, I don't have a donkey. So we're just going to say that he's there. So this is also us learning the Alchemy RPG system. So super excited about it. I myself backed it on Kickstarter. And yeah, I'm thrilled that it's getting so close to full launch and then to have more features come after. Okay. So you fired. And let's see here. Let's see if I can view.
Are these all 5-foot squares? Or this is just
so right now
ish.
No. This is just
okay.
This is just representation. So
Got it.
They're probably cool. Oh, here you go. That's what I was looking for. Okay, so can I see the trackers? I can't see the trackers as a viewer, but again, I can see them as the GM. Awesome, and you have gained 1 luck point. Okay, so we are moving on to the number 1, Skullbloom number 1. And what he is going to do is he is going to charge straight at Faerun. Okay? And he is going to attack.
Well, actually, no, I get to attack. He hit my threat range before.
True.
Yeah.
So before he even gets close to you, once he gets within 10 feet, what happens?
Yes. I get to swing my pretty little sharp wrench at him.
Awesome. Go for it.
Okay.
Okay, so the Skullbloom comes at you rather quickly, and you don't quite hit as it kind of gets up in your face there. It is a little faster than you realized, and so your swing kind of goes out behind it a little bit.
Ouch.
Yes. He is going to try to attack you with a bite. Actually, no, he's just going to try to slam into you first.
Quick little buggers now, aren't they?
Watch out!
Okay, he rolled a 14.
Does not hit.
Does not hit. All right. So he comes at you and just kind of like swings an arm. Doesn't really happen. But he then comes in to try to bite you. Oh, just kidding. Did it do both at the same time? No, I forgot. It looks like maybe. Okay. Well, anyway, he missed with both of them. So. All right.
Gotta do better than that.
let's see. Yeah, he does not do well at all. But that does end his turn. Close to you. And the second one is going to try to charge as well. He tries to run past you. Does that do anything?
Yes.
Okay. So he tries to run past you, but then is forced to stop. Is that correct?
No.
No.
So the force to stop was only with the held action.
Oh,
but
okay. Okay.
You can make a opportunity attack against a creature that leaves your reach, even if their movement doesn't provoke attack of opportunity. So if he's running past me and reaches either of those guys, then I get attack of opportunity against them.
Okay. How far away did you say you set yourself in front of them?
10 feet.
Okay, so enough that your halberd had full range. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
So your held action was already taken, but
Yes.
this one does try to run past you towards the delicious-looking donkey and otter and other humanoid behind you. So go ahead and make your opportunity of attack.
I also get advantage on this because of
yes.
opportunity.
Yes.
So I don't know, how do you do advantage on this?
Can you right-click on it and change it to advantage?
Right click. It says use or edit.
See if you can edit and do it with advantage.
Okay. I am not seeing advantage on the edit side.
Okay. That's fine. Then just go ahead and roll twice.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so if you drag, you can drag the use button to advantage or disadvantage. Okay.
Oh,
there we
okay,
go.
perfect. Okay, so with advantage, you got a 21. Perfect. You hit it. Bam. 9 points of damage to said Skullbloom.
Don't you dare lay a finger on Chad.
You're muted.
Who's muted?
Ignore that last roll. I was trying to do the advantage thing.
Oh, okay. I was like, what was that?
Yeah, save Chad!
Question on opportunity attacks. Can
Yes.
I use a weapon action as an opportunity attack? Because I didn't read anything about that. So
I don't know. I would say probably let's play it as no for right now. That an opportunity attack will just be a straight roll. So.
Okay.
And we may be corrected at some point, but for now, we'll just play it at that because we're also kind of learning. So, but I think it may be useful at another time. Okay, so we are on back to the top of the round. We have Raylikov. What are you doing?
The fungi didn't manage to attack. He still has an attack.
Oh, you're right. He does need to attack. Pardon me.
Second question.
Sorry.
Do I get multiple opportunities of attacks of opportunity, or is it just one per round?
Oh, you
It's
mean
also
like?
not specified.
Yeah, I would say similar to 5e, it would just be one. Like basically, you get one per round. So. Okay. So, this creature runs in at you, and let's see. Okay. It's just going to go and try for a multi-attack against you.
Me or Chad?
The
Actually,
delicious sorcerer.
against the sorcerer, yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so bad. 2 6s on the bite and the
That's a double
slam.
miss.
That is a double miss indeed. So just belligerent coming in at you. You see this gnashing of teeth and swiping, and it does not hit you. So now we're on to the next turn. What do you do, Raylikov?
Well, considering that I have a lovely little fungal creature right in front of me, and fungal creatures tend to look better when they're torched, I'm gonna blast him with a firebolt.
Okay.
That's a 10 to hit.
Unfortunately, it has gotten so close to you that you can't quite hit it with your thunderbolt, and it just kind of like goes over the shoulder as it startles you a little bit how quickly it got to you. And you
Okay.
miss. So take a luck point.
And that's gonna end my turn, actually.
Okay. Then we are on to the next, Faerun.
Faerun's will trip the skull balloon near Ray.
Okay, we're using your weapon option, which is another difference in
nice.
Tales of the Valiant. So please tell us what that does.
Weapon options allow you to do different actions with your weapon and provide different tactical advantages. So trip allows you to make a strength check. No, the enemy has to make a strength check against you, and if they fail, they are now prone, and so attacks gain advantage, and they have to get up and all that good stuff.
That
so
is okay. So you said a strength saving throw, correct?
I do believe so. So I should be able to. Okay. Okay, so right. So the DC is 8. I
Okay.
made a successful attack on my trip,
Okay.
and it's
So
or
so it's not an attack, but you have to still roll for an attack, correct?
yes.
Okay. So what if you're as long as you're successful, then now I have to make the strength saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna do that. I believe I get to. Check or save. Nice. Guys, we're the RPG rundown.
We are, and we're pretty awesome too.
We're pretty awesome too. But Alchemy RPG is also awesome because when you click on something on an NPC, you get the option for actions, skills, and equipment. And you click on strength, and it gives you the option to check or save. So we're going to say save. He does roll a 12 on the saving throw, defeating the strength, the DC of 8.
Okay.
So he does not trip.
I am going to use my action to change my halberd into a scythe.
Okay. All right. So
So
that's just a straight action to change it, and you're doing that
Yes.
because you are a mechanist.
I am a mechanist, and so I have something called the Shard of Creation, which allows me to make my weapon into any weapon as long as is 20 gold times your level, so 20 gold at the moment, and it allows you to be very versatile. So my halberd is now a wrench with a long blade out of it.
Okay, I like it. I like it.
Nice.
I feel like the wrench grows and like extends, and then the blade just like shing kind of comes out of it. Yeah, definitely.
It's a Swiss Army knife, you know.
Yes,
Nice.
perfect. Love it.
Mechanist is a cool class.
Yeah. I think so. Okay, so you create this new weapon with your shard, and then is that all you have for the moment? I believe.
Yes.
Okay. Next, we have Kai.
And remind me, are we saying the squares are 5 feet or 10 feet?
Right now, approximately, probably 10 feet, if you will.
Okay.
Right now, though, Raylikov is engaged, like, in the engaged range with one of them. So.
Okay. So I'm on. Kai's back here on Chad, and Raylikov's going to feel just a slight weight on his shoulder as Kai's going to jump and kick off his shoulder and do like a little front flip and land on the other side of him. And is going to be right behind him. Is going to thrust forward with his rapier into the back.
Awesome.
And
Okay,
it should
first,
be a sneak attack.
do you need to make some sort of acrobatics check for your flip over said creature? I think you might. I'll say with advantage because it was such a cool description.
Okay.
So click on.
I don't know how to do advantage. How do we do that?
So if you click on your character, go to skills in the left-hand little menu there. You should have it, I believe.
Yes, I have skills in my left hand menu. Yeah, okay, so what you're meaning.
Okay, so click on skills and then go to acrobatics. When you click on acrobatics, look in the center of your screen. It probably should give you check or save.
Yeah, I have check. Oh, drag to modify.
Yeah,
so
so basically you're going to click and drag it up for with advantage.
Okay.
So 15. Yes.
15.
You clear it perfectly. You land behind him, slicing as you come down with your blade. Give me an attack roll.
Okay. And I have an action with sneak attack built in, so I'm going to use that one.
Perfect. Is that a natural 20?
That is a dirty 20.
Okay, dirty 20. Okay.
Yep.
Well, awesome. You definitely hit it. And you do 11 points of damage. So let me deduct that. Let's see here. Oof, you slice through. One of the arms drops off, and it stumbles. It's looking very hurt at the moment. Anything else for your turn, Kai?
Nope, I think that's going to use up all my movement, so I will land there, take off the arm, and I'm like, ha-ha, take that!
Kai, you're great at disarming.
It is my specialty.
Awesome.
He does have quite the disarming personality, doesn't he?
All right.
Come on, give me a hand. I know.
All the dad jokes. I appreciate it.
That's what
All
we're here
right,
for,
we
man.
are to the next creature, who is the first Skullbloom, who is now going to attack Faerun with a multi-attack. We have a 4. And then we have a 21. So,
21 hits.
As I say, I'm pretty sure the 21 hits. You take 4 points of damage as it comes in, swiping and biting at you. So, yes, please take 4 points of damage.
You're really getting on my nerves.
All right. Next, we have Skullbloom number 2, which is going to take an attack at. You know what? I think having seen the leap across and over it, it's gonna turn and try to take an attack at Kai here.
I get attack of opportunity.
Okay, then let's
Yeah.
have that attack of opportunity.
Oh, and I have advantage.
No, remind me, why is this attack of opportunity?
He's making an attack against
Someone else.
one of my allies.
Perfect. So this is this is not
Mhm.
Sentinel. This is Vanguard, correct?
This is Vanguard, yes.
Awesome. Awesome. Do it.
Okay, and then advantage comes from
Mhm.
opportunist.
Perfect.
Dang it!
Man, yeah.
Even with advantage, unfortunately, you swipe your newly formed Scythe of Creation, and it misses. So he does now get to make his multi-attack. We have a 13 and then a natural 20 for a 23.
The 13 misses.
Okay.
The nat 20, just hits.
Just hits. Okay. However, you only take 4 points of damage. So. So yes, you even though it's a natural 20, you don't take very much damage from this attack.
Okay.
They are not armed, if you will. They are using. He rolled a 1 and a 2 on the 2 die. So.
He gets hit, and Kai's like, "Oh, Chad, save me! Chad, now's the time." He still thinks he's a beast.
Awesome. Okay.
Does my donkey get a kick, or he's just not combat
Right now,
viable?
he's not combat liable. He's just sitting
He's
over
just
there.
my backpack.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Kai
you get to-
refuses to believe
I
any
mean, you get
animals
to
actually
carry a
just an
lot
animal.
of stuff, though. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
Okay. Raylikov, it is your turn.
Third verse, same as the first. That's a
22
22 to hit with Firebolt.
There we
Perfect. So you this time this spore creature is no longer facing you, and you blast it in the back, and it just the flames just kind of swirl around it, and it kind of crisps up a little bit, and then it just falls over. It has deceased. Oh, Faerun, by the way, I hope you did take another luck point with that miss.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
would that be
So,
2 luck points?
You should have 2 now, yes.
Okay.
Remember, you have to use those before if you want to use those.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he'll turn and look at Faerun. Down to you.
Okay. Yeah, so then, Faerun, it is your turn. Oh, sorry, this one is definitely dead.
'Kay.
Let's see.
Okay.
Wait. I don't know what that did.
There it goes.
Oh, it's gone.
Nope, it came back. I don't know what happened. But we can remove it.
no.
There we go. Okay, continue.
I will make another weapon option trip.
Okay, on the one remaining. Perfect.
Yes.
Okay, so it doesn't look like you succeed. You go down and you try to swipe for it, and it just kind of hits the dirt and then just kind of like bangs against the leg. It doesn't actually trip it. So.
I'm a really effective tank over here.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm putting alchemy in the dice dungeon.
Yeah, no. Digital dots are never my friend.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Okay, so I did forget to do something on the two of you that have been hit. I need you to make a con saving throw. That would be Faerun and Kai.
Mm-hmm. It's a 17.
Beautiful. Okay, Faerun.
Oh man.
Why?
So as
I need
as
to move
you
away from you.
as you were hit last time, there was kind of this like poof of like dust and spores that kind of got in your face. It definitely made you cough. Yes. So okay, we're gonna leave it at that for the time being. But it is Kai's turn.
And so Kai, seeing this one go down, he cries out to Chad to come save him. Chad does, and he's like, "Ha! I'm gonna get you to break one of these days." He's gonna quickly drop down on all fours, and this time he's not gonna go over. He doesn't want to be too predictable, so he's gonna scurry actually between the legs of Faerun and get in kind of position over here, and is going to reach through with his rapier and try to stab this one.
Perfect.
All right. There we go.
I would say you definitely hit.
There we go. All right.
And 15 points of damage. Goodness gracious. Let's see here. You
That is
come in
with
underneath
sneak
it.
attack damage.
Yes, absolutely. I'm aware. So yes, you're going to come in and do a lot of damage to this creature, to the point that you come in as you kind of slide underneath. You like slash up towards one of its legs, come back around, slash off. You've cut it deeply at this point, and it looks like it's barely hanging together, standing up, limbs almost detached. However, it is this creature's turn.
Okay.
It is going to once again try to attack probably Faerun at this point, being confused.
I haven't touched it with a bit of damage.
That's true.
The little otter's more threatening.
It's true. We'll change.
And I would probably be taunting it too. I'd be like, take
I
that!
would say it would probably turn towards where the damage came from. So we'll do that, which means Faerun gets his attacking opportunity. We're learning and we're being gracious with our attacks and targeting here. A 19.
All right.
So as it turns to assess this new threat and possibly attack this small creature, the scythe comes down at an angle, shing, bisecting it in twain, and it falls to the ground in pieces. Huzzah! You have defeated these spore creatures.
Doc, I don't feel so good.
Oh, yeah, but did you see me? Did you? I came in with a quick. It was like float like a reed, sting like an otter. It was beautiful.
You were quite marvelous there, Kai.
Yeah. But yeah, you should get that checked out. That doesn't look good.
And
You look
Ray,
a little pale.
You're pretty good at that barbecue.
Barbecue. Yeah, sure. Okay. Now, the most rogue question I can think of right now. Did I see anything when I peeked in the window of that house before combat?
Give me a perception check.
All right.
You didn't see
Man.
anything. It was pretty dark.
All right.
It was pretty dark. So yes, you all have finished the initial onslaught of these creatures, and so you are now kind of look around. There doesn't seem to be anything going on in this town. The description remains the same. It's very quiet. What do? Do you begin searching the town? Like, what are you trying to do? You did see a sign outside that had the name of the town, so you know you're in the right place.
Okay.
I will do light work for 8 hours.
I would, if no one else is going to, I'm gonna check the pockets of these creatures in front of us. They are still humanoid, right? They just look like they're infected with something.
You do see, yes, you do see this actually. So, as far as what you can find, let's see. You don't really. You know what? Give me an investigation check.
Ready.
Okay. Don't really find anything.
Man.
They don't seem to really have much in the way of pockets. They're pretty covered in different fungi growths. Hard to tell.
Okay.
One's probably a little barbecued.
Yeah.
With
Yes,
being
one is definitely
stored
barbecued.
on, I want to see what kind of thing is. Like you said that there was like mushrooms growing on houses and stuff, so I want to look at all the other mushrooms and stuff.
Okay.
I want to, yeah, find out about the mushrooms, but I also want to see if the mushrooms are magical, so I can make 2 separate checks on that.
Okay.
Do you
let's
think we
see.
can eat those?
I'll let. Let's see. Is there? I forget. Is there a help action?
Pardon me. I'm sure there is, but what it consists of, we're going to find out.
Sure.
Yes, sometimes 2 or more creatures can work together. Basically, the person with the highest ability modifier is designated as the lead. The creature can make an ability check with advantage, reflecting the help others give.
I'll
So yes,
tag
with
along with
advantage.
Faerun and give him help on his investigation.
Okay, I got a +4 on my investigation.
I have a +2.
Okay.
Absolutely. So you rolled a 19. What were you looking for specifically?
How infested are the mushrooms in this town?
There
Or
seems
sorry,
to be
let me.
quite a lot of them.
Yeah, that makes an assumption that I want to see if the mushrooms on the people are the same as the ones around the houses.
They have a similar coloration. The growths and things coming off of them are a little different, but there's definitely a similarity between them, yes.
Okay. And then can I see if the mushrooms are magical?
Give me an Arcana check.
And I will also assist with that as well.
Oh, well, I guess I'll make another roll then on top of that.
Sure.
What's your Arcana?
+4.
Okay, yeah, I'm +2.
Okay, then I'll just make one more check. Okay, so 12.
Okay. So you don't, you get the faintest hint of well, it's really not magical, per se. So you don't really get much in the way of, like, a magical nature.
Okay, so I have Eyes of the Maker. When you touch a magic item or something other magic imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use it. So if that plays into any of it, it doesn't have to, but I wanted to.
I would say that, at this point, it's not magical. It's more organic.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
If that makes sense now.
Perfect.
Okay. And while they're doing this, I wouldn't go too far away, but one of the houses near them, I would probably try to get into.
Okay. So, let's see here.
Opens the door and releases a Tarask.
Chad!
I want to attack the gazebo in the town. I do have a crossbow just for a gazebo.
Nice. Okay, so you looking around. Go ahead and give me another investigation check.
Okay.
Huzzah, 19.
Yeah.
Pardon me. It's we are not doing this super late at night. I just like to yawn. Okay, so you searching around. Let's see here.
I would be moving through incredibly stealthily. I would probably have my rapier tucked away into, like, I have like a silent sheath, and I would probably be down on all fours for the most part.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So, you do see as you search through everything, looking in some of the homes, you find them empty of people until you come to a, let's see. Sorry, I'm just making sure I know.
No, you're good.
Quick pieces of information. Yes, okay. Perfect. So, in the middle of town, you do come across one rather large home. Looks like a longhouse, kind of. As you approach it and try to search it, you do realize that it is barred, that the doors are locked. and wedged shut. There seems to be something blocking it, and even things covering the windows from inside.
This is peculiar. And yeah, so every window, every door seems to be blocked because as soon as I found out I couldn't get into it, I would desperately want into it.
Sure.
So I would check everything.
Let me see. So since you had a pretty good search investigation, you find one window that is has a piece of furniture that is blocking it, but it's not covering the window all the way. You think you could probably slip into the window. Do you try to do that?
I would see it, and I would crawl up to it and try to peek in and see if I can see anything inside the room before I crawl into the room.
Okay. Give me a perception check at this point.
Do I see him enter this house?
So he's not entering it. He's just kind of, I don't know.
I'm just
Like,
trying to
see,
look.
he's been a little stealthy too. So, so 17. You do see what looks to be humanoids inside. They don't look to be covered in stuff, but it's kind of hard to see. It's a little dark.
Okay, so I would, with that knowledge, I wouldn't crawl inside. I would run back to the other guys, and I would be like, all right, all the other houses seem to be empty, but the big one, it's blocked, can't get in. But there are people inside of it, or more of those things. Unsure.
Let me solve that problem. I walk up to the barred door and I'm going to whack it with my gigantic wrench.
Sure. Okay.
Okay.
And as he does that, I'm going to run back around to that window that I could see in, and I want to just kind of watch and see what they do. I want to spectate them as hopefully they hear the sound.
So you won't be able to spectate unless you do try to get in a little further to get past the stuff. So it was really just kind of fleeting glances of some people.
Okay. Then if I realize I can't see, I'm gonna run back to where he is. I was just hoping to be able to tell if they're wobbling around or if they're acting more like those things or more like actual humans.
Okay.
Go
ahead.
Hold on, I gotta read something real quick.
Okay.
I will follow him over, and I'll slightly indulge him by trying to cast prestidigitation through not prestidigitation, excuse me, thaumaturgy.
Okay.
To create a small flame on the other side of the.
Okay, so you're trying to
give him a little light so he can see.
Oh, just to help. To help Kai see in there.
Yes.
Okay. So you get the sense that there are some people inside. You can't see a whole lot of details, but what you do see, you don't appear to see any kind of fungal growth.
Okay. Okay, then. Okay, so at this time that I see that there's no fungal growth, is this about the same time that he's beating down the door in the front?
Probably.
Okay. In that case, I would just probably run back over to Faerun about the time he's hitting on it, and I'm just gonna wait, see what happens.
Okay.
Probably still, I'll find somewhere it's a little hidden, but I'm gonna watch.
Faerun, give me a strength check, actually.
Okay.
I'm going to hold I'll hold. Rahilikov will hold station.
Okay. So, do you say anything? You just beat the door with your giant wrench at this point? What are you doing?
Knock, knock. I don't know how not to be imposing. I have a
Absolutely.
charisma of
So you
7.
hit this door, and you put a good dent in it, but it does not budge. It looks like it's barred, and even there's something against it from the inside.
I whistle for my donkey to come over to back kick it.
So, give me an animal handling check. Disadvantage. With disadvantage.
Oh
okay.
my gosh! What
That's
some
pretty crazy.
rolls!
That's pretty crazy.
It's making up for earlier.
Yeah.
Was that
So that
double
was
nat
two
20?
natural 20s.
20s on a
That's
disadvantage.
wild.
That's pretty crazy.
And
That's
I have a
pretty
-2
crazy.
to animal handling.
So, okay.
Oh
I mean,
man.
I've got to reward that. So your donkey, Chad, he
Chad.
just, having seen the just impressive display of the party, just trots over, and turns and just gives it a kick. Let's do this. Give me a strength check with advantage this time. Between the two of you. Okay. Once again, you both beat on it, and it does seem to maybe have broken the latch, but it does not move the heavy piece of furniture behind it. So it is kind of jarred a little bit, but you hear a little bit of a from inside.
The Chad winks at Kai.
Oh! I'm on to you, Chad. I'm on to you.
It was really not a wink. He was just only standing on one side and only saw one eye.
Yeah,
blink,
it just picked that, but Kai does not accept that.
Kai thinks it's a wink, though, for sure.
Yeah. And Kai at this point is gonna be like, maybe, hear me out. Maybe it's just a nice family inside, and we were trying to break into their house.
Well, why didn't they give us a door to knock on?
All right, you raise a good point. I have an idea, and I'm gonna go over to the window that I can get in.
Okay.
And I am going to. I realize that even if I get in, I cannot let my friends in because I'm not going to move whatever's blocking the door. But I want to make myself known to the people inside that perhaps, if they are normal people, they'll accept that we are not trying to hurt them, even though we tried to break down the front door.
Okay.
And so I'm just going to go up to that, and I'm gonna kind of bang on the window and be like, "Hello, is anyone inside? We're friends."
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
I will say with disadvantage because there's some strong banging on the front door. Okay. It does not appear that anyone responded or heard you.
All right. No, forget it. I'm going in.
Okay. Give me an acrobatics check.
All right.
$20. Awesome.
220.
Okay. So, being the smaller beast kin otter that you are, you wriggle through this little hole, and you come out on the other side, and you are on top of what looks like some sort of table that has been upturned up against it, but it wasn't quite covering all the way. So you're kind of standing, like if the table was upright, on one end, you're kind of standing on like the legs and the bottom part there that's kind of sticking out. And what you see are a kind of huddled mass of people who look like they're scared and hiding. So,
All right. So Kai sees this, and he's now inside here, and he's realized that he's probably going to scare them, but he's going to go for heroic moment anyway. He's going to be like, "No need to fear. Kai is here," and he's going to be like, "I'm your friend."
Okay. So you kind of hear like a whimper from the majority of the group, but you do see this one small male gnome who kind of like hops over towards where the sound is coming from and then looks up, as obviously it is a gnome and you are a small you are a small otter who is perched up top, and he looks up and he says, "Oh, well, hello.
Hello, I'm Kai.
Hello, Kai. My name is Merrywick.
Also,
How did you?
all of a sudden, another flame appears as I'll cast Thaumaturgy again.
Okay.
Oh,
So
fellow
at
friend.
this-
He's a friend. He's trying to help.
as you kind of see it again, it does brighten the room, but at the same time, you do finally see there is a small lamp over in the corner, giving you enough light to kind of see the others.
Okay.
Let's see. Merrywick is, let's see, like I said, he's a small gnome. Has pale green eyes and a deeply furrowed brow, balding with a long fringe of copper hair, and has kind of a woolen robe covered in what looks like maybe dog fur. Sprig of rosemary pinned over his chest, and has a staff that looks like it has some sort of bramble tied to it. So, Merrywick says to you... Sorry, 1 second. You do hear also at this point a woof, woof, and you see there is a large mastiff who is comes up next to Merrywick at this point. Kind of like stares up at you confused, like, why is this creature up there?
And so I would quickly. I have beast affinity with being a beastkin, so I can use gestures and sounds to communicate simple ideas with beasts and creatures, and have advantage on any checks. And so I would kind of gesture to him, and I would kind of gesture to him like, "Hi, I'm a friend. Yes, puppy." And I would probably try to reach down and pet his head, but I would make sure he's allowing that before I reach further.
Okay. Yeah, so give me a animal handling check with advantage. Okay, 11.
Could have been better.
He doesn't seem to quite trust you yet, but he's not, trying to climb up this table to chase you. So,
Okay.
But give me a charisma check, however, as you were speaking to Merrywick. Or persuasion, excuse me.
Persuasion? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. 19, absolutely. So, Merriwick looks at you and he says, "Oh, well, it is good to see a friendly face. What brings you to our unfortunately, what brings you to our town?"
Well, we're just kind of passing through and noticed the town was deserted, and we were immediately attacked out there by some nasty fellows. But don't worry, Kai was there. with a slash and a jab. It was fantastic. You missed. A great show.
Well,
Hope they
He
weren't
it
hears-
is
He hears from
unfortunate that you were attacked.
He hears a voice from outside. Kai hears a voice from outside. Would you care to explain why one of them's torched then?
Yes, you sauteed some mushrooms. It's fine.
Oh, well, that's both disturbing and good news that you were able to overcome said attack. I will say,
Oh, I
is
apologize.
there
Were they
more of you?
friends? It was
Is there
very
more?
insensitive if they were your friends.
are there more of you?
Yes. Do you mind letting my friends in? We tried to go through the front door, but it was barricaded.
Yes, if it is safe, we will open the door. One moment. And so they you hear the as they start to move furniture out of the way.
I try to
and-
give a warning as they're opening. One of them is quite alarmed. It's too late. They see him.
Okay. The door does open. It appears they kind of, he kind of knocked it off knocked the bar across it off a little bit. But they do open it up, and you do see now there are 8 human villagers here, or humanoid villagers, and Merrywick, this gnome, does come out. He says, "Hail, friends, we are here. We've been holed up in this ever since some of the other villagers began to kind of go crazy and start having growths all over them and started attacking some of the rest of us. It has not been safe. There are maybe more out there, but thank you for clearing it out at the moment."
Yeah, sure. No problem.
It was about 2 days ago that we did have some of these, some of our villagers began transforming, if you will. There was some spores from some, they began infecting each other as well. It apparently has to do with these kind of mushroom fungi growth on them, and they're transmitting these spores a little bit. None of you have had any problems with it? Kind of looks at all of you.
Well,
What does
Oh.
the problems look like? Perhaps you could explain the symptoms in a bit more detail.
Oh my, oh my. Well,
Well,
It
it's not
appears-
I look at me. You think they could touch me? What they did a little, but I was mostly okay.
yes, well, it appears your large friend, however, might have come in contact with these spores. Friend, come here, come here.
all right. And I
Um, okay.
lean down
Sure.
far.
He kind of like rubs his hands together, and you hear him mutter something, and he puts a hand on you, and do you allow him to reach out and touch you for a moment?
Yeah, cautiously. Tight
Okay.
grip on my.
He
Wrench.
casts a spell, and this kind of like nagging cough that you have already been feeling, it instantly kind of clears up, and you believe he cast lesser restoration on you. So
That made me feel a lot better. Thanks, Doc.
oh yes, very well, very good, very good. I'm not a doctor. I am a druid, but all the same, healing is part of my training. But yes,
Oh,
you
so
came
you're
with
that
you.
forest doc. Got it.
Forest Dock works too. Yes, thank you. So, unfortunately, I was unable to prevent the transformation of some of the other villagers, which is much to my sorrow. But yes, again, we've been holed up here, defending ourselves. You said you were not exactly sure how this came in. These mushrooms did start sprouting after a few people looks like they had been infected. But there's much to discover still. We are quite distraught at what might be going on here.
Well, Uh, perhaps we can help then. We love helping. Right,
Well,
guys?
I love knocking heads.
Yeah,
I
same
I
thing.
will say, it's
And
we have
maybe.
another we have a kind of a sister village here with us. It's called Belgrove. And well, the residents are mycolid, or mushroom people, if you will. And I've not had any contact with them since this all happened. They may be behind it, I'm not sure, but it is quite...
Wait, your sister?
No, there's another village that we have frequent trade with.
Oh, all right. Are they friends?
Most of the time they are, but like I said, with the rest of some of our villagers becoming covered in fungi and attacking us, it's little concerned they may be involved.
It is a coincidence. Perhaps.
Well, if you could
you know,
consider a coincidence of a village of mushroom people, and then all of a sudden our villagers start to become mushroom people. Granted,
Right.
they don't look the same, but...
Were they always mushroom people, or did they turn into that? That's the question.
Well, the mycolids of Belgrove have always been mushroom people. I mean, it's their village.
That's what they want you to think. It's just like that donkey. They want you to think he's a donkey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not a donkey.
Well, again, thank you for taking care of the immediate danger.
Yeah,
There's
sure.
still a lot of questions we have. We do need to figure out the source of this. If you were to assist us, we would be very grateful and might be able to pay you a little bit once we're able to collect some of the things, but it would be very helpful.
If we help you out, can I open up a shop in your little town? Quite like it over here.
Oh, we could bring it to the council, but that's possible, yes.
Fabulous, I'm in.
All right.
Where'd
If
you go?
if we help you out, do you promise to tell the stories of Kai Tidemane to all who come?
Control thy ego.
Yes, I'm
What?
sure we
Legends
could
aren't
arrange
just
that.
discovered. You got to really get the word out. It's branding, man.
But he says, yes, very, very well. We could definitely arrange for something.
All right, then I'm in.
Well, very good, very good. Well, there is a cave entrance that should lead to the other city, the city of the village of Belgrove, and maybe determine if there's some things there. You are free to also investigate the town. There might be more clues here as well. So, but we are still a little concerned. There may be more of our villagers who are missing, who have turned. So be very careful.
We've also noticed some of your buildings have spores on them.
Oh,
Yes, did you
yes,
know that?
there has been an increase. Yes, since it's a little interesting.
Do you have a river nearby?
Oh yes, I mean there's there should be some streams pretty close. There's also the wells that probably are fed by some sort of underground river.
Oh, sure. I just really could go for some fresh fish, but we should check the
yes,
water supply too, just in
The
case.
rivers aren't quite that close, but the underground one, like I said, it's not really good for fishing. But
Unfortunate. Huh. All right. Your healer, do you have any of those berries that make you feel better? The good ones.
I don't necessarily have any right now, but
All right. Yeah, it's worth a shot.
yes, but if you have some injuries, we could tend to your wounds as well. So, why don't you stay in here and rest for a little bit, and we can and try to help you recover a little bit from your battle. So,
All right.
um,
What is the dog's name?
oh yes, this is my faithful companion here.
Mhm.
His name is
Bruno.
his name is Shelby.
Oh, all right. Is he a dog?
Oh yes, he is a dog. He is a mastiff. He's quite loyal and friendly.
Are you sure?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Kai has what you call a couple of loose screws. You'll have to forgive him.
It's not loose screws, man. I spent years of my life pretending to be an actual animal, and I was not. I'm just saying. Some of them are better at it than I was.
You're both simultaneously.
That, is that offensive? I can't tell.
Is there any building we should check out that might be concerning for you?
Oh, I mean, there's any number of abandoned homes. There is also the general store. You might check in with them. They're maybe locked up as well.
Perfect, thank you.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely.
It's a good idea. We'll check there.
But yes, why don't you stay here and rest for just a short period of time, and then we'll very much appreciate your assistance. So he sets up, kind of points to the back where you can sit down and rest, and I think we are going to actually go ahead and bring this play session to a close for the moment,
Good.
as it gets rather late for us here, but we wanted to give a test to Alchemy RPG and the Tales of the Valiant modules that are available now on the platform. They are also available on PDF to backers, and maybe I think you can purchase them. If you also, however, if you do purchase it on Alchemy RPG, you get the PDFs as well. So kind of a bonus there. I'm a big fan. Like I said, I backed it on Kickstarter, and so
Yeah.
I know my books should be coming soon. Very excited. Hopefully within the next couple of weeks. I believe beginning of June. So, but yes, we are going to end this actual play session. We may come back to it at some point, but for now, we're going to stop, and then Jeff and I will have a review. So first, before we finish, I need everyone's opinion. What do you think? You went through the character creation process. What was different, if there's anything that stuck out with you? Also, was there anything that you want to explore more?
Yeah, I can start at least with character creation. I enjoyed it. I felt like there was, I liked the difference between what is it, lineage and heritage. I thought that was interesting. So you could still be like a dwarf, but raised by humans, or something like that, and it completely changes the way your character is. I thought that was really interesting. I liked the different talents. The talents were really interesting. Didn't get to explore my talent too much in this one, but it's really cool. And I don't know. I think that's one of the things I enjoyed is that you had lineage traits, you had heritage traits, and you had talents that came with your background. So all that actually really kind of made a pretty versatile character with a lot of different stuff that you could do.
Getting talents at level 1 was helpful.
At level 1, yeah, that's awesome. And as Tad will tell us, I think he managed to get 2 talents at level 1 in his build.
Tad was able to work the system, if you will, but I think it was good. I liked it, so I think it worked out well, especially for a tank that he went. So
yeah, for a level 1 tank, I would say that was a really enjoyable way to spend level 1. I felt like I had enough to do without feeling like I'm overpowering the combat or overpowering the character. I love versatility. Mechanist, holy cow, bunch of versatility.
Yeah.
Really wanted to do level 2 because that would have given.
We'll have to try to schedule a time and do a level 2.
Hey, I'm
run
down. I'm down to
sometime
continue.
soon.
This sounds like a
Yeah.
fun story too.
For
Agreed.
Sure. It may be
Yeah,
later, but we'll
Sure,
try
yeah,
to
yeah.
we'll try to do something. So
but I think the Mechanist is a great answer to the um the
Artificer.
Artificer.
Yes.
Absolutely. With being unique, it is not. I feel like it's nothing like the Artificer. There's no spells involved, but to
Mhm.
have like this shard that does multiple
Yeah.
things and can turn
That's
into
cool.
multiple things. So not only can I turn it into a weapon, but it can be an object of some sort as long as it's medium size. And so there's a lot of like role playing and other like puzzle solving aspects to the Mechanist that I think is really cool
That's
and
cool.
really enjoyable.
Awesome.
So and flexible as well. So yeah, that's really cool, and I think I would love to delve more into
Mhm.
what a Mechanist can do.
Very
Yes, and I
cool.
totally agree on the heritage and the lineage.
Mhm.
The Kobold looked really interesting to play, and usually
Yeah.
Kobold
Mhm.
is like kind of insignificant, but it
Mhm.
felt like a very unique and flexible character because you can be either true scale, which is a medium creature, or the tiny guy
Mhm.
as a small creature. So there was playability and role play even inside of
Yeah.
some of the lineages. I thought was really interesting.
Yeah. That is very cool. They give you a lot of
Mhm.
flexibility for sure.
Agreed.
Um, yeah, regarding the system though, I really like the layout. The only things I would add is being able to like move some of my um, boxes around.
Mhm.
But I mean, I bet that will come in later dates.
Sure,
Uh,
I think so.
but the
Probably.
readability, absolutely fantastic.
Mhm.
Um, the presentation, fantastic.
Yeah.
And everything is easy to find. Once you knew how to uh,
Mhm.
equipped the dot meant to equipped.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You have to make sure things are equipped. And there was a very
Mhm.
tiny dot on the equipment line that you had to click to equip it. But no,
Yeah.
I think that's good. Emperor, what do you think?
Well, I'll break mine into two parts. First I'll pick on Tales of the Valiant. I'm going to parrot what everybody else has said. The splitting of the backgrounds up into like
Mhm.
uh, words are failing. Um, sp- Splitting up just how the backgrounds are set up and the
Mm-hmm.
character creation details they made was very interesting. Um, Playing the sorcerer plays
Mhm.
very similar to how it does in 5e, but
As
Mhm.
it should, right? You know.
Right.
right. But also watching kind of how some of the other classes played. I might be inclined to try a different class at another point.
Awesome. Awesome.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
encouraging, guys. That's a lot coming from Emperor. Okay.
That's true.
No, no, I'm giving him a hard time, but no, I think that is even just reading through the rule books, I have found a lot of cool things that I'm like, oh, that's a little bit different.
Mhm.
Oh, that's cool, and it makes me want to play those as well. So,
Mhm.
I think even with the sorcerer, there would be differences as we gained levels that you would
As you
probably
level up,
find.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Do you still have spell slots and stuff? I didn't really look at the sorcerer is it
Yes,
still
I still have my spell slots. I just kept using cantrips, so I didn't have to worry about it.
Okay, gotcha. All right. And I know that they rather than having spell levels, they change it to like spell rings, which I think
Mhm.
just lowers the confusion on it, um, which is nice. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I just didn't look too high on the higher level stuff because I thought, oh,
Sure.
I
Yeah.
need to be a first
We're gonna be
one
first
character.
level today. Yeah.
Yeah, the rings were basically meant to not have the same verbiage and noun structure as your character level. So it's not like, oh, I'm level 5, but I can only use level 3 spells. There's, kind of a correlation that gets confusing with that. And so they tried to change it a little bit.
Yeah.
On the alchemy
Nice.
side, I like the layout. I like the intuitiveness of it for roles in combat, and even just out of stuff, even out of combat RP usage. My biggest gripe is, holy cats, the character creator needs a lot of work.
Yeah.
I understand that. And to be fair, it's not really set up as a character creator, like a full, step 1 through step 8 or 10 kind of creator like D&D Beyond or the Nexus. What is it called?
The one you can do with Pathfinder and stuff.
Demiplane has.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, it's not a full-fledged character creator as of yet. It's really more of kind of a blank character sheet you got to figure out how to fill out.
Right. The advantage is if you are playing D&D on here, you can import your character from D&D Beyond.
You can,
which is what we had done. So, and so anytime you make a change, it's just easier to make the change in D&D Beyond and then import it over.
No, not with these characters. You guys put them in.
Yeah, not what tells the
Valid. Because we're doing
with learning a new system and trying to feel your way through a character creator can get a little frustrating and overwhelming at times.
I'm not gonna lie. I built mine on the physical sheet, and then I just pulled in and used the physical sheet to type it all in on here, and that worked better for me.
And I was gonna say, I feel like that probably might be easier at this point to have the sheet where you can basically just, figure out, go through the character creation process, and then move it over. So
that's exactly what I did.
Because, like I said, I feel like right now it's a digital character sheet is really what you're doing. Filling it out.
Right.
It does have the mechanics built in, which is pretty awesome. I think one thing it did not do, and I think all of you had maybe mentioned this, so Alchemy, if you're watching, it did not seem to adjust hit points.
Right. It just started us all with the default hit point.
I think it started everyone off with just like 8.
Just 8. It didn't matter class or anything.
The Mechanist should have had... Yeah, the Mechanist should have had 10 to start with because it's a D10 plus con. The Sorcerer should have had
8 plus con.
6 plus con. So yeah, every character tonight should have had different starting levels, and we did have to manually adjust them. So
two other things I found that did not transfer was your saving throws did not. So yeah, mine are plus 0 when they should be a 2. And I just realized that it didn't do my actual the DC save for my weapon options.
Oh, okay.
So it should have been an 8 plus attacker's PB plus attacker's strength. So I would have been at a 12 instead of an 8. So
okay.
You
Makes
probably got
sense.
into less rolls.
Yeah, and
So
I know this is an early upload. There's still probably working on some things. So I'm sure the King
absolutely
something to make note. But those things, those are just mechanical issues that need a something to flip on. Besides that, I love the whole layout and how to work.
It's visually very nice, for sure. That's one of the reasons we always like it.
I'm looking forward to playing more sessions in Alchemy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to move to in our main campaign at some point. I want to do a little bit more testing on the combat side. We got to do a little bit today, But that was my biggest problem before, was actually the tactical mode. But I know they've done a lot of work on it.
They have. I can tell you from the GM side of things, it took me a second to remember where a couple things were, but once I got it, it was
Right.
pretty easy to run, and adding the pause or the trouble that I had earlier was adding those creatures in for you to fight, because they weren't preloaded like some of the other NPCs were, because I think they left it open because there was if we had a larger party, then you would have had more to fight.
Right.
But I was typing in the wrong name for them. I was typing in Sporeborn, and they were called, something else, like Skull Blooms. And so that was just an error on my part. So yeah, overall, like I said, from the GM side of things, I thought it worked really well. I thought it was way more smooth than the last time that we tried it.
Yep.
And I look forward to doing more for sure. Love being able to edit the music and the lighting effects and the floating animations and stuff like that.
The movement stuff. Yeah, Alchemy at this point truly is unmatched. I mean, there's things they still need to work
I would
out.
say visually, for sure.
But visually, it's unmatched. It is the best looking VTT out right now.
I wonder
And
how
to me, that means a lot.
I wonder how well Alchemy will play with something like Kinku.
Well, I don't know. Well, the thing with Alchemy is you really don't need Kinku, because you can. One thing I really liked is you could program it in there. Like when you're on this scene, play this, and as soon as you go into like combat or the tactical mode, it'll change the music for you. So
yeah,
it's
you
one
do
less
have
thing
that in the settings for sure.
Yeah.
Kinku, I believe, is a Discord bot.
Yeah, it works. It works through Discord,
so it's only Discord.
But yeah, which
now,
I
other
mean,
things,
if we went to this with video and stuff, it wouldn't work anyway.
Right.
Okay.
Now, we could still use Kinku if we were using Discord, but I wanted to test out the audio video in Alchemy, and honestly, I have only good things to say. I think it's been fantastic. I think once they get the streamer mode in, the ability to maybe pop out, the audio video pane into a separate window, so that way we can move it around or import it into OBS a little easier, would be fantastic. So,
right, absolutely.
But we're still waiting.
I'm really excited for the streamer mode. That's one thing I've been excited for since the beginning.
Because at the moment, I know Jeff and I basically both created accounts to be watchers or viewers. So, but I thought it worked well.
Yeah, I have a second account. It did. It worked great.
So, all right. Well, thank you for hanging out and playing some Tales of the Valiant with us. We were very excited to test it out. Once again, the music and stuff and the lighting effect here. There's a whole bunch of other really cool scenes in the Tales of the Valiant stuff. Also on AlchemyRPG, there are some incredible things in their shop for scenes by, and maps from Chepeku and other really cool artists. There's audio and there's these visual effects. You can go crazy. So, but that's going to do it for us for tonight. So thank you. Have a wonderful evening. And look for the RPG Rundown episode where we review what we just played and Alchemy as well. So, Tales of Valiant and Alchemy coming up in the next episode, which will be our last for Season 2. So, thank you and good night. And God bless.
Isn't this where we say Jesus loves you, nerd?
Oh,
absolutely.
man, yeah.